Hi student, welcome to botany class. Today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter 3, vegetative morphology. So what is the vegetative morphology? The study of external features of the plants. The study of external features of the plants. So morphology means external features. So this morphology is broadly classified into two categories, that is a vegetative morphology and a reproductive morphology. The name itself has the meaning. Vegetative morphology means it will be dealt with only the vegetative part, that is root, stem and leaf. So we can discuss only the root, stem and leaf. This is a vegetative part. Reproductive morphology, it will be dealt with the flower, fruit and the seeds. Flower, fruit and the seeds. Okay, so in this video we are going to see the general introduction about the vegetative morphology or morphology, and we can study the different group of plants. The plants are classified based on habit, habitat, so like that. So these are things you are going to see. The study of various external features of the organism is known as morphology. So first we want to know the meaning, the term morphology. Various external features of the organism. So the plant morphology. So now we have discussed of the botany. So plant morphology is known as external morphology that deals with the study of the shape, size and the structure of the plants and the parts. Plant morphology is generally called external morphology. Plant morphology is generally called external morphology. It will be deals with the study of the shape of the plant, size of the plant, structure of the plant and the parts. That is leaf, parts, stem, root, like that. That is root, stem, leaves, flower, fruit and the seeds. The study of morphology is important in taxonomy because the morphology character, it will be act as one of the tool for the classification of plants. For generally, those plants have two cotyledon, reticulate venation, flowers are tetramerous or pentamerous, root or taproot system. It's all come under the dicotyledonous. Those plant group have single cotyledon. The leaves shows a parallel venation. The flowers are trimerous. These are come under the monocotyledonous. Okay. So the morphology. So these are the morphological features. The morphology is very, very important for taxonomy. So taxonomy means it's a branch of science that deals with the classification of plants based on the criteria, any one criteria. The morphological features are important in determining the productivity of crop. When the plant grow very well without any disease, so that means the plant look like a healthy meat, the plant body is not affected by disease. So how can you say it's a healthy plant? No morphological structure. There is no infection. There is no symptom. It will be occur in the particular plant meat, that is a healthy plant. So the morphological features are important in determining the productivity of crops. Morphological character is indicate the specific habitat of living. So the terrestrial plant is entirely differ from aquatic plant and also desert plant. The normal terrestrial plant, that is a mesophytic plant, is entirely differ from xerophyte and hydrophytes. So the morphological character is indicate the specific habitat. So habitat means where it is grow of living as well as the fossil plant. It help in correlate the distribution in the space and the time of fossil plant. So it will be help to correlate the distribution in the space and the time of fossil plants. The morphological features are also significant for phylogeny, evolution. Phylogeny means evolution. The plant morphology can be studied under the two broad categories, that is a vegetative morphology and a reproductive morphology. Already I told you, what is the vegetative morphology? The study of the root, stem and the leaf. That is external, vegetative part. Reproductive morphology, it will be the study of the morphological features of flower, fruit and the seed. Only morphological features, that is very important. Both vegetative and reproductive morphology deals with only the external features of the root, stem and leaf. Reproductive morphology deals with the external features of flower, fruit and the seed. Vegetative morphology that deals with the study of the shape, size, structure of the plant and the pods. What is the pod? That is the root, stem and the leaves. So what is the size of root, stem and leaves? What is the shape of the root, stem and leaves? What is the structure? So like that. So it only deals with the external features. To understand the vegetative morphology, the following important components are to be studied. We must study the following important components. What are the components? That is a habit, habitat and a lifespan. Habit, how it will be grown. Whether they grow in a small plant or a big tree. Okay, whether it's grown in a small plant or it will grow in a big tree, like that. That is a habit. Habitat, where it is grown. Whether they grow in the terrestrial condition or aquatic condition. Lifespan. What is the duration of the particular plant? The lifespan. What is the lifespan of the particular plant? Whether it's annual, biennial or perennial. Annual, they complete the life cycle within 1 year or 1 season. Biennial, they complete the life cycle within 2 years or 2 seasons. Perennial, they will be grow every year. They produce a flower and fruit for every year. So that is a perennial. So that is a lifespan. So if you want to know the vegetative morphology, we must know these things. That is habit, habitat and the lifespan. Let's see one by one. That is the first one, habit. It is a general form. Form means structure. Here it will be indicated the structure. General form of the plant is referred habit. Based on the habit, they are classified into herb, shrub, climbers and trees. Herbs, shrub, climbers, arbane and trees. Let's see one by one. That is the first one is herb. They are soft stemmed. The stem is very, very delicious. It will be easily broken apart. It is not hard. With the less wood or no wood. So herbs or the herb plant do not have any woody stem. It is very, very soft stem plant. Example, Philanthrus amaris, Psyllium viscosa. So these two plants are example for herb. Not only that, here they given the two examples. According to duration of the life, they are classified. That is, herbs are further classified into annual, biennial and perennial. Already I told you know what is the annual. They will be complete the life cycle within 1 year or 1 season. What is the biennial? They complete the life cycle within 2 years or 2 seasons. Perennial, they grow every year and produce a flower and fruit for every year. Suppose it's a perennial herb. It may be a bulb, corm, rhizome and tubers. That is it mainly for perenniating or it's a reproductive part. It is a reproductive part. So here these are the herb. They complete the life cycle within 1 year or 1 season. But it will be perenniated by means of some specialized structure, that is a bulb and corm, rhizome and tubers. It is underground stem are termed as a geophytes. Geophyte means they will be form the reproductive structure inside the soil. Example, Allium cephas. Allium cephas. Next one, shrub. It is a perennial. Most of the shrubs are perennial. Okay, that is very important. Perennial means they grow for every year and produce a flower and fruit for every year. Woody plant. with a several main stem arise from the ground level. They produce a woody stem, but the stem, the main stem, it will grow only 13 centimeter above the ground level. After that, it produces much branches and it look like a serve. It look like a serve. Example, Hibiscus rosa sinensis, that is fruit flower or China rose. Climbers. There are two types of the climber, soft climber and woody climbers. Okay, so the soft climber is generally called vine and woody climbers are generally called lianas. So let's see. And elongated weak stem. So this plant is not able to grow straight. It is not able to grow straight. So it must need a supporting plant to climb them and it will grow and encircle the particular plants. That is a climbers. A elongated weak stem generally supported by means of a climbing device. The climbing device is maybe a modification of leaf, stem, whatever it may be. Okay. It's called climbers generally. Elongated weak stem generally supported by means of climbing device is called climbers or vines, which may be annual, perennial, herbaceous or wood. So it may be annual or perennial, the climbers. Annual means they complete the life cycle within 1 year or 1 season. Perennial means every year. And the wood and stem nature, it may be herbaceous. Herbaceous means soft stem. Woody means hard stem. Lina. So already I told if it have the woody stem, that is a lina. It's generally called lina. It's also like a climbers. Lina is a vine. It is one type of what? Climbers. Then it is a perennial and a woody. It is a perennial and a woody. Linas are the major component in the tree canopy layer of some of the tropical plants. So this is a linas. It's a very woody stem. Okay, example, Ventilaga, Endata, Bougainvillea. So these are the examples for linas. Next, the tree. Tree is a sound, tall, perennial woody plant. Sound, very tall, perennial and woody plant. They have one main stem is called trunk with many lateral branches. Example, mango, sapota, jack, fig and teak. So not only that, many examples here they given one example. If the trunk is remain unbranched, suppose the trunk is remain unbranched, it is said to be a carex. It is said to be a carex. Example, palmyra and coconut. So it's a palmyra, it's a coconut. Next, habitat. So habit means how they are grown. Whether they grow in a small plant, or they grow on the another supporting plants, or they grow like a basilic appearance, or they grow like a very tall plant. So based on that, it will be classified. Like what? The herb, shrub, climbers, and the trees. Now we are going to see the habitat, where it is grow. So depending on where the plant grow, the habitat are classified into two major categories, that is a terrestrial and aquatic. So terrestrial means both the mesophytic and the xerophytic condition. Mesophytic means the plant grow in the moderate amount of availability of water. Xerophytic means the scarcity of water is very, very high. So both are terrestrial adaptation. Aquatic, they grow inside the or in the surface of the water. That is aquatic. Terrestrial, the plant or grow on the land. That is a terrestrial plant. It's an example for terrestrial plant. Aquatic, they live in the water, whether inside or the surface, or it may be what? Floating, like that. Next, lifespan. That is, based on the lifespan, the entire plant group are broadly classified into three categories: annual, biennial, and perennial. Okay. So three types: annual, biennial, and perennial. First one, annual. Listen. So here the plant, it will complete the life cycle within 1 year or one season. So among the 1 year or one season, they grow vegetatively and reproductively. So after they give the fruit, it will be done. So the first 3 months they grow vegetatively. After 3 months they grow reproductively. After that the plants will be done. Okay, that is an annual plant. The plant complete its life cycle in one growing season. Example maize, watermelon, groundnut and rice. So these are grow only one season, growing season. Next biennial. The plant live for 2 years or 2 seasons. In the first year or first season, they grow vegetatively. In the second year or second season, they grow reproductively. Example for biennial, carrot, radish and cabbage. This is an example for biennial plant. Perennial. So this plant is grow every year and they form the flower and fruit for every year. So that is a perennial plant. So example mango and sapota. Okay, so when they bear the fruit every year, they are called polycarpic perennial. They produce a fruit every year means that is a polycarpic perennial. So another one more type, that is a monocarpic perennial. They only produce the flower and fruit only one in the lifetime. After that it will be die. So some plant is produce a flower and fruit only one and then it will be die after the vegetative growth of several years. So these plants is called monocarpic perennial. Example bambusa, acai and mimosa. So these are the example for monocarpic perennial. Polycarpic perennial means every year they produce a flower and fruits. But monocarpic perennial, they grow vegetatively for several years. But once the flower and fruits is formed, after that the plants will be dead. Thank you, student. So that's all about the general introduction and the different concept of the vegetative morphology. Okay, thank you.